Hello out there, Heavy Monte here. Welcome to the Heavy Monte's podcast and my comedy show. Tonight, we want to talk about voter suppression. I have a lot of friends on Facebook, and a lot of us think alike. We all don't like Donald Trump. So one of my friends said something to me today, sent me a text talking about voter suppression, voter suppression against women. Like, New York have a real ID law. That means that you have to prove, you know, you are not an immigrant to vote. So a lot of women get married and then they need to, you know, change their name or whatever and meet the requirements of the voting regulations. They have to get a copy of their original marriage license or marriage certificate. And you know how long it takes to get stuff from the government. That's a form of voter suppression, you see, because, you send in for it, and they said it has to have the seal on the document, or it's not good. Okay, so that's going to stop a lot of women, they say, from voting. So, women, the Republicans are voter suppressionists. They're not only doing it to women, they're doing it any way they can. And even with that, they are the minority. That means that uh, liberals need to come out and vote. They say 15 million Democrats failed to vote this time. Said a ton of them didn't vote in those purple states. You know. So what I want to say to everybody is, excuse me, we're right in the middle of allergy season, but I'm hanging in there. Anyway, I want to say to everybody out there that the Republican Party are low down, dirty dogs. And people say, why are you so hard on them? I'm hard on them because they are notorious liars. They don't do not know how to lead. And now they are, suppressing the votes of people, picking us off group by group, you say. You want to get rid of the Hispanic vote, you know, get rid of some of them. I don't know why. A lot of Hispanics vote for Republicans. But I said, if you are a Hispanic and you vote for a Republican, the curse of the maggots will be upon you. There's no way in the world you can vote for a Republican after what they did, picking up people off the street. You see what I'm saying? Without any kind of, way of saying I am not a gang member. You know, I don't understand that. I don't understand how anybody would approve something like that. You know, but again, it goes back to voter suppression. You know, they're trying to do everything they can in their power to cut into the white female vote. We got 52% of them last time, based on religion, they say, and that maggot church and their filthy religion, you see. So I want to tell everybody out there, this is a very short one, and this is dedicated to my friend who sent that message to me to tell everybody what they're doing in New York. You know, what they're doing in New York is suppressing the vote of women. They're starting there with all these stupid laws. Now, let me say something else to you, America. Now, Donald Trump and his gang marched on the Capitol, they say, and we have the documentary evidence on video seeing everything that they did, you know. And then he won and pardoned all of those real bad people and put them right back on the street. And he's going around now trying to erase all of the evidence of history would know what a filthy party they are. But a lot of you people who voted for Donald Trump and that gang, who said that you're going to follow that asshole can see who he is. And what makes it so sad, somebody tell you they're going to tear your damn house down, you know, and you vote for them to do it, you're a damn fool, you know, right? But you don't have to be a fool now because you know what we have here. We have a political party that's playing games, voter suppression, you know, trying to stop people from voting based on a lie, you know, based on a lie that the election was stolen from Donald Trump, you know. So what you have in the White House today is just like what I said. The Republican Party are some notorious liars. And you know, all you people out there in the small towns, they came to the districts out there and sold you a load of crap. And now, since they have unloaded their crap in your neighborhoods, people in the small towns, they're saying, oh, we got enough information out there now. We want to cut the internet off. We don't want them knowing too much. We don't want them to know that they are losers and suckers, even though we call them losers and suckers, America. See, now the midterms are coming. They're coming real fast. And, you know, something's going to happen here. Because Donald Trump is going to have to get that pardon real soon, America. You see. Now, he's acting a little fool. You know, he almost ran into a wall, you know. They say he is slurring his speech, you know, at events. And they said sometimes he don't even know where he is. So I want the corporate press to step up. Step up, corporate press, the way you did with Joe Biden, and let us know what is going on with the health of Donald Trump. Do a special. You know, if he's healthy, the way Bill Maher said he's a good, you know, he was pretty cool, you know. He said his doctor said he was pretty cool. So we need an investigation to see whether or not we need to call on the 25th Amendment to remove a convict president. And that was their plan all along. With J.D. Vance, he been buying a lot of eyeliner lately. He looks like he gets ready, you know. I look for an announcement any day. They say, oh, Donald Trump can't do it no more. He can't even be tried, you know, tried for anything. He don't even know where the hell he at. You see what I'm saying? You see, he almost ran into a wall. This man's got sick. He's bad news. You know, it's going down. You see what I'm saying, America? This is the setup. The book was written. Project 2025 was written for J.D. Vance. You know, and things, but by that time, we should have control of the House, America. Democrats should control the House. We have to get control of the House. That is something that everybody in America should say. I am not ever, ever voting for a Republican. This is Heavy Monte for the Heavy Monte podcast and the Heavy Monte Comedy Show. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you women, pay attention to what's going on in New York. And don't forget that you were a protective class. And they're trying to take that away from you. You see what I'm saying? So a vote for a Republican is a vote against yourself. Have a great day, America.